Hello my friends, thanks for stopping by. Hope you're all having a great day. Today's video is going to be all about excess body hair. I am a hairy person, I must admit it. All my life I have had a ton of hair on my arms, under my arms, hairy legs, so much so that when I was in grade school, they used to tease me and call me hairy ape arm. Luckily, even then, I had thick skin. But as I aged, I realized that having so much hair really did bother me. So I started waxing the hair on my arms, under my arms. I tried to wax my legs and my bikini area, but in those two areas, my legs are extremely sensitive to waxing, so I have been forced to shave them throughout the years. And on my legs, I have very, very coarse hair. My bikini area, I tried to wax. Not only is it so painful, the ingrown hairs just became so excruciating for me with so much pain. It was actually my gynecologist who said to me, you should try doing laser, because we used to do the same thing. She used to wax and then she went and did lasering. But as you all know, to have it lasered, first of all, I'm not super comfortable, doing something like that with, the privates, I prefer to do things like that in the privacy of my own home. When you do laser, it's over such a long period of time, and it can get very expensive. You all know that the dermatologist I go to actually asked me if I would allow him to laser my upper lip to see if it would help my lip lines. And I had to go through 8 sessions, but I had to wait like a month in between each session. At first she was doing it like 2 weeks, and then they went to like a month. So it really stretched over a very long time, and had I been paying for it, it also would have been very expensive. So when this company approached me, I thought, I don't know. But I'm a gadget fool. I love tools and gadgets. Anything that is related to beauty that I can do at home, because I love my spa days. This is something a little bit more than that, but I thought, okay, I was skeptical. I didn't know if something like this was going to work, because over the years I have tried many beauty tools that have not worked. So when this company approached me, I thought, okay, so this video is in collaboration with Kenzzi IPL, but you are going to watch the results over a 12-week period with me. Now, I have been using it for just 5 weeks, and I am already seeing a difference. But before we get into that, I want to go ahead and, now I am a person, I'm not one to go to a dermatologist and have all kinds of laser treatments done, IPLs, or I don't know what the BBLs are. I don't know all of that stuff because I just don't go and have that kind of stuff done. But there are many people on YouTube that talk about it. So if you have an interest in that, just put those things into YouTube and you'll find people that talk about that. But for me, I had to go ahead and look into this to see what all of this was. So the Kenzzi is an IPL, which is Intense Pulse Light. So here's what it says about Impulse Tense Light. It will permanently reduce the amount of hair by gently delivering a broad spectrum of light over a large area. The hair follicle absorbs this energy, which then disables hair regrowth. So, and that also says it's a non-invasive, non-ablative treatment that delivers high-intensity light into the deeper layers of the skin, because IPL is also used for wrinkles, for fine lines, for broken capillaries, and sunspots. How that happens is the light travels through the skin and then it reaches the melanin. That's why it's very important when you are using the Kenzzi IPL, you are not waxing, because if you wax, you pull the hair out by the root. So I, in fact, had to allow all of my hair to grow back in, and I did, under my arms, on my arms, my legs, my bikini area, so that I could then shave, because then I leave a root, and then there's melanin in that root, because if there's no melanin, it has nothing to target. So you have to have a bulb. And if you have really, really blonde hair or white hair, this is not going to work. It also will only work on light to medium skin tone. It will not use the Kenzzi IPL if you have very dark skin. If you aren't sure if your skin is the right color, then you need to go to the website, which I will link below, and they have a chart that will show you if your skin is the right color to use this. So the light and heat absorb into the bulb and most of the hair shaft, and then that destroys the hair producing papilla. I also wanted to touch on when you are using the Kenzzi IPL, you may look at your hair that's growing back and say, well, why is some hair growing back and the others aren't? Because hair goes through a growth period, and you will have active hair follicles and you will have inactive hair follicles. So you may at 1 week be hitting the active follicles, and then they start to die off, and then the next growth period starts, and that's why it's important that you are consistent with this. Now, you use this once a week for 12 consecutive weeks, and you should see a difference. Some people start seeing it 3 to 4 weeks. I've been using it for 5 weeks, and I'm already noticing less hair. Now, I am someone who has a lot of white hair and a lot of blonde hair, so those hairs are making it back. But the dark ones I'm noticing are less and less in 5 weeks. So if I do this for 12 weeks, I'm more likely to hit all of the active follicles, and then I will continue to use it. And then, of course, the more you use it, the less you have to use it over time. But it's something that you continue to use, and it does have 10 years of pulses in it. So you can work on those hairs for a very long time. I mean, I will be 70 by the time I'm done. Okay, so it is only for light to medium skin tone. If you are pregnant, you cannot use it. If you have your period, they suggest you wait until your period is over. If you are someone who uses a tanning bed, and I just cannot believe that anybody still uses a tanning bed, you should wait for a week after using the Kenzzi IPL. If you are someone who has sunburn on your skin, you cannot use it on sunburned skin. If you're someone who uses self-tanner, you have to wait till the self-tanner completely wears off before using the Kenzzi IPL. Okay, all right, so now let's talk about skin preparation before using the Kenzzi. You must have clean, shaven skin. So if you are someone that has waxed your skin, you have to allow that hair to grow back in, which I have done, and then you have to shave just before using it. Now, if you are someone who has very sensitive skin, you can shave the night before and then do it the next day. I shave and get it done. So clean shaven skin. It is good to exfoliate, but when you're exfoliating, use a dry brush exfoliator or a loofah exfoliator. Do not use a creamy exfoliator that's going to leave a layer of moisture behind. And if you are someone who shaves with those moisturizing shaving blades, do not do that either. Use a regular shaving blade without any moisture strip so that you don't have any moisture left behind. So try to get in the habit of at least dry brushing or exfoliating before you use the Kenzzi IPL, and also clean skin, okay? No self-tanner, no sunburn, all of that. So we must shave fresh before using the Kenzzi. The Kenzzi IPL can be used lip down. You can use it everywhere you want, lip down. It is not to be used on your forehead, over your eyes, or your upper cheeks. Lip all the way down, you can use the Kenzzi. I am using it on my arms, under my arms, bikini area, and my legs, and my big toes, because I had surgery on my feet many years ago, and they shaved my toes before they did it, and now I have hair that grows on my toes, and it just annoys me to no end. So I also am using it there. All right, so now let's talk about the Kenzzi IPL unit. It's very easy to use. It comes in a box like this. And on the back, it does give you a skin color chart. It comes with the IPL handset. It comes with a power cord and a user guide. It says, do not use on your skin if your skin type is indicated as unsuitable. By the above skin tone chart, read the user guide fully before using this product. If you have any existing skin conditions, please consult your physician before using this product. They also have an Instagram, a Facebook, and a website that you can go for information on the Kenzzi unit. So the Kenzzi unit comes with a very long cord, and it is a long cord. I actually have it plugged in quite a ways from me, and I still have plenty of cord to work with. So on the back there is a green flashing button right here. That is your power button. You turn it on. You will hear this noise. I'm putting it by my microphone. That is the noise it makes. You'll see that it has a window. That is where the light comes out of. And that is protected by a glass shield, but that is where your pulsing will come from. On the back, on the front, you have a pink dot that lets you know that it's ready to go, and then you have some blue dots. Now when you push the green button in the back, the blue dots appear. It has 5 different settings, and I take it all the way up. And then it lets you know the pink is flashing, the pink is solid, the lights are all solid, it is ready to go. This button here is your power button. This is the button you push for the pulsing to begin. So in order for this to work, it's not going to pulse. At this, if I just started pulsing, it wouldn't work. It has to be in contact and laid directly on your skin and have full contact before it will work. Now, it does not say that you have to use sunglasses, but because I always err on the side of caution, I am going to put them on, and I also wanted you to see that I don't take the price tags off of anything, and I wanted you all to get a little chuckle. All right, so what we do now is I've been working on my arm, the left arm. I'm not doing the right arm so that I can compare the amount of hair that has grown back. And remember, it will differ because of the hair growth period. But for the most part, I should have less hair on the left arm than I do on the right arm. I'm also doing the left leg, the left bikini area, and the left underarm, just to see the difference in the hair growth. And I think this is exciting. And I do plan on doing a follow-up video after 12 weeks so that you can see the difference. Because right now, I don't know if you'd really be able, the camera will be able to capture it, but we are going to do a follow-up. So I will let you know, and I may even post it from time to time on Instagram, just to let you know where I'm at with it. All right, so what we do now is we have to make contact, and you can make contact this way, depending on how big your arm is, because certain areas of my arm are very narrow and small, so I don't get good contact here. So I work with it like so. I have full contact. So now I'm going to, you can either do this, I want to make sure you're all in. Okay, so I have full contact and the power is up to 5. Before you go zapping yourself, I think that you should do a test. Do a test with 1, do a test with 2, do a test with 3. Just move over the areas. Don't keep zapping the same area. And I think you need to determine how sensitive your skin is to it. I'm okay on 5. Does it hurt? Not really. I don't feel anything. I don't feel pain on the lip. I don't feel pain under the arms, on the leg, or the bikini area. When I'm done, all my skin feels is a little warm. That is it. It doesn't feel burnt. I remember when I was having my lip done, it would always feel so tight and dry, and I'd have to really lube up afterwards, moisturize my skin. I like to say lube. But anyway, let's get going. All right, so we're going to make contact, and I put the sunglasses on. You don't have to. We're making contact, pressing the button, and that's all you get. Pick it up, move it, zap. Pick it up, move it, zap. Okay, so as soon as you make contact, you just glide along, and it will just keep popping. And then you can just go back the same way you just came, and you can do it 3 times. Now it does get warm. And just move back, and I'm going in a nice slow rhythm. As soon as you lift it up, it will no longer pop. Okay, so it has to be in full contact with the skin. Now, and then you just hold the power button and it goes off on you. So it's very easy to use. Again, what's most important is you determine the power you want to use on your own skin. So now my skin feels warm, so you want to make sure that you just moisturize afterwards, and you would repeat until you cover the whole area that you want to cover. If you want to go all the way up your arm, you can go up your arm, but when you get to the arm area, watch your eye. where your eyes are. Okay, you don't want to be right here next to it. So that's why I put on the old sunglasses. Lou walked in while I had these on and he was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm protecting my eyes." Anyway, okay, so that's how easy it is to use. And then when you're doing the lip area, again, you have to engage so that this pink light comes on and the blue lights come on. And then once you lay it down, it will start to pop. Now, this does get a little warm, but it doesn't get to the point where you're burning. But do not stay in one area for a couple of pops. You want to keep moving along at a nice pace, and you only want to do 3 swipes, and then you move on to the next area. Again, if you can do it this way where it's in total contact with your arm, you cover more base then. But for me, have been doing it this way because my arms are a little bit narrower and it doesn't make contact when it's down to this area. So that is how easy it is to use. It really is starting to work. And for the underarms, I simply do the same thing. I hold my arm up and I will just glide along, and then I go back up and I go back down, and then I lift it up and I move it to the next area, up, back, and down. For the upper lip, I am simply holding it and doing 1 pulse. I move it, do a pulse, I move it back, do a pulse, and do it 3 times. If you have hair along here, you can easily glide. Pulse, 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 3 times, same thing on the other side. So that's how easy it is to use. And again, you are in the privacy of your own home, addressing what may be a very sensitive topic for you. You may have hair in places that embarrasses you. Why not do it in the privacy of your own home? That's how I feel about this. And I will come back, like I said, in 12 weeks and let you know how this is working, and hopefully I'll be able to capture some of the results on camera or in picture at least. Now, I'm not going to share some areas of my body with you, but I will, especially my arms, because they are so hairy normally. So this is where I'm really looking forward to seeing the results. And also, I have 1 dark hair that grows out of here and 1 out of my chin. I've been zapping that too. And I will see, because I have to tend to those every 3 weeks. I'd say I have to really get them and pluck them. So I had to wait for them to grow out, because I pull them out by the roots, so I had to wait for them to grow out, and now I'm zapping them. And now for my face, I turn it down 1 degree, because it's, I didn't want to burn my face. So I did it on the 4th level instead of the 5th. But my body, I'm doing 5. But again, you make that decision. Okay, so the unit itself costs $229, but Kenzzi has given me a coupon code of $50 off, and it's TAM 50. All you have to do is go to their site. I'll put a link below for you, and you can just put the code in and you'll get $50 off of your unit. Let us know if you are already using the Kenzzi IPL. I know that many people on YouTube have talked about this, so some of you may already have it. If you do, what have your results been? When did you start to see really good results? Did you go 3-4 weeks, or was it at the 12-week mark? And how often do you find you have to use it now? And just share with us below, because I'm only one woman with one set of results. So it's always good to hear from others who are also using the unit itself. All right, my friends, so that's it for today. I'm going to let you go. I'll see you in about 12 weeks and let you know if I'm still a hairy little ape like they used to call me in high school. Hairy ape arms. I will never forget it. But, kids are cruel. Anyway, if you haven't already subscribed, I would love to have you as an ageless beauty. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And right next to it is a bell to let you know anytime I put out a video. Until the next time, my friends, you go out in the world and you be happy, healthy, beautiful, and most of all, my friends, lovable. I love you all. Bisous.